Fellas, I feel like it's been a while since I've covered Cobra, and there's a reason for that. We're in a very sad, depressing, and just dark saga of the Josh Saunders cycle. And actually, to be a bit real, I think that we're seeing the best that might come out of this, because I think the biggest dilemma with him moving into his trailer is the fact that his room setup is so bad compared to what his apartment was. The apartment was like a secondary character. You get to see him walk around in the background, stumble, fall, shout, smash, do a bunch of things. Now, he doesn't stream anymore, probably because Clint told him he can't, or he'd evict him and put him in a group home. And we don't get to see anything going on anyway in the background of his videos. It's really sad. Maybe Jessica's supposed to show up in August, allegedly. Maybe, just maybe, we might get some ments out of that. But for right now, I'm feeling a bit down. So we're going to cover a bunch of what I deemed important air quote videos. But instead of doing my usual shtick where maybe I choose a couple videos and cut up clips and talk about different segments of it, I took multiple videos, cut them down into what I thought was interesting, a quick little snippet, a quick little bite, just a little, and then I'll talk about that individual thing, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Hoo-ha, the whole world works. All right, so let's get into it.
Well, while I was waiting for my new phone to arrive, I filtered out my Skittles mead. The sugar and all this stuff clumped together, so straining it was definitely interesting. I got about that much liquid out of it, and I topped the rest of it off with cold water. It's really fucking sweet. Like overtly sweet. Would I recreate it? Yes. Maybe use like less Skittles next time. Although if you want to use that mini, go for it.
He really hasn't been this dejected, I feel like, in a long time. I think even he is starting to realize that his entire existence is living inside of his sarcophagus. He never goes outside, he never goes anywhere, and he just drinks all day. And that's just what he does. And the drinks he makes are obviously disgusting, they taste horrible, they look horrible, and it just bums him out. And he's sitting there trying to masquerade like, well, it's not that bad, I guess, which means it's absolutely revolting. And just for some background, he basically just took an entire bag of sugar and an entire bag of Skittles and poured it into a tub and called it alcohol. And obviously, that's going to be fucking horrible. But hey, he's trying to entertain the masses, and I'm appreciative of that. And we might as well move forward and look at his old sponsorships, because maybe they'll rejuvenate some happiness into his life.
I ordered like $200 worth of tactical soap products. I tried using my coupon code and it didn't work, but I was like, fuck it, I'll just pay full price. Cologne sticks, Maverick number 3, God of War pheromone beard oil for making your beard nice and soft. Deodorant, I'm trying out their deodorant now. Body butter, which is great for after a shower. You wash your skin, or rub it over your skin after a shower, makes your skin really soft. And then, of course, we got the soap. Now, tactical soap gets women in the mood, if you know what I'm saying, YouTube.
So now the fucking code for his tactical soap doesn't even work anymore. He can't get the 1% benefit, because when I started covering Josh, I remember he was getting like a 5%, something like that, 5 to 10%. Somewhere in that range initially, and it just incrementally would get less and less and less. The last time I checked, it was around 1%. You were getting like nothing off. You were getting like 40 cents off of an order, because I don't even know why they continued to keep Josh as a sponsor. I don't know who was ever buying tactical soap. It wasn't me, toobz. It wasn't me. But it's really cute to see Josh just throw away his SSI money towards something that he's not even going to utilize. You think this guy is gonna use deodorant or cologne? You think that's gonna happen, YouTubes? I'm not too certain about that, all right? I'm not too certain. That doesn't seem like it's barking up his alleyway, all right? It's in $200, dude. Like, holy shit, that's like 3 DoorDash meals for Josh, and he's throwing it down the drain for that. But he has brand loyalty, baby. This is what this is like the argument that boomers have in the economy. Well, just find a good job and they'll keep you there and they'll take care of you for 30 years. Then you'll retire with a pension. That's the entire thought process I think's going on through Josh's brain. It's no surprise. He looks like a 1850s gold miner in California, so he's used to that lifestyle of making 2 pence a day and calling it quits.
So I've been munching out on this here steak that I made. It's very rich. It probably tastes better fresh, but I digress. It's got a nice smoky fish taste. See, that's a little bit raw, but I don't care. It's like barely medium rare. That is cooked to perfection. Like I said, that steak is barely cooked. Cook in my kitchen too often just because it makes it easier to keep clean. It's just easier to DoorDash something, but
you like that ASMR, YouTubes? You like the way he munches down, scarfs down this meal? Now, some precursor for this delicious steak and salmon fillet. He basically cooked this in the microwave and in butter for like 30 minutes and then just left it on the counter for an entire night. Came back in the morning and says, you know what, toobz? I got my lunch and I got my dinner for the day. I'm just going to be munching down on this through the rest of the day. And obviously, you know, you can poke fun. It's not as fun to poke fun at his meals anymore because everybody understands it's just fucking gross. It's revolting. And this is also like, he has so much time in his day he doesn't have to be a gourmet chef. I'm not a gourmet chef, but watching a video on how to make a basic steak, hell, I'm gonna make a steak for dinner tonight probably. You just salt and pepper the bitch, you throw it in a pan, and you flip it according to how thick it is and how well done you want it on the inside, right? If you want to get really fancy, you can start to baste it. I know, but simply cooking a steak should be one of the easier things to do, yet he takes no effort and no pride in what he does, and I think it sort of just helps reinforce his idea that spending $50 on a DoorDash thing is more worthwhile than buying your own groceries and buying your own food. It's just like, I don't know how much he's making off of YouTube anymore since he doesn't do live streams. Where is his money revenue coming? Is Clint giving Josh an allowance? Maybe. I don't really know, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. And obviously, somebody like me, right, has a job and has YouTube. I don't even feel comfortable getting DoorDash frequently. It might be a once in a blue moon, like once every couple months type of thing, and that's it. Because it is so expensive. Versus you could go pick it up for half the cost as well. But you could also just cook something and save some money. It's just, I don't know, the blight of the taxpayer, I guess.
Nice one. The lid wasn't on tight. Good thing I didn't shake too hard. I spilled my drink on the table. It happens. Nice going, you spurg. And I tried shaking my goddamn bottle up like that, and the lid was halfway off, and I spilled a little bit.
Now, would you believe me that this was probably the best moment of entertainment from Josh in the past month and a half? Him shaking his body armor bottle that wasn't fully closed and spilling it all over himself. That was the best moment we've had, because 90% of what he's been doing is just sitting there drinking and talking about nothing, or doing some horrible food hack that's basically unwatchable at this point. And I think that's kind of a big reason for the downfall of Josh, is ever since the Reddit got destroyed. Now, I'm no fan of Redditors. I actually go into certain subreddits to read things and laugh. just based on how is this a real person? How am I in the same society as them? But there was some good that came out of the KingCobraJFS subreddit. And now that it's gone, it's like, I think the traction and the interest of people to keep tuning in has slowly dwindled. And now that he doesn't do streams, now that he's not getting bombarded with DoorDash orders or the cops showing up or whatever, there's just, where's the excitement? Where's the interest? He's not going to provide it himself. He has no interest in improving his content. So we're just stuck here in an abyss of despair.
It's called lighter bowling. Take a lighter. You can use as many lighters as you want and set up a bunch of pins, if you will. And you take a coin and you want to spin it like that, but you want to spin it towards the lighter and knock it down. Pretty straightforward. So before we crack open this beer, I'm gonna have to knock the lighter down with the quarter by spinning it into the thing, just like that. And every time you knock down a lighter, you take a shot.
I'm not even speaking in hyperbole anymore. I think this might be the most depressing and sad video I ever watched from Josh. He's saying that, so now you just spin the coin and you hit the thing and then you drink something and that's the game. Just imagine every day, you know, there's this idealized vision for people to do nothing, air quote, right? To just not have to go to a job, not have to go interact with people. You get to stay home all day. Doesn't that sound beautiful? You just get to sit around and play games. Well, in contrast to your typical life, it might be nice for maybe a week, but after that, you're going to be living Josh's life, where you're just drinking and making games up for yourself because you don't have any friends, you don't have anywhere to go, you have nothing to do. Your dad took away the one thing that you enjoyed doing, which was streaming, and you don't even have that anymore. And now you're going to have the Wicked Witch of the East from Virginia flying in to just bring a turmoil tornado into your life. And I don't know if he's prepared for that. I'm kind of prepared for it, but we're also not going to see. I mean, maybe Jessica will stream. Maybe that's our only chance. But I honestly just don't see Josh streaming in the foreseeable future. And I think it's going to be extremely detrimental to his channel, to his image, to his longevity, in all honesty.
The cream cheese seems to have solidified beautifully. A little tipsy, but these are definitely cold enough. Whatever the fuck these things are, these little sandwiches or whatever. And if that happens, you know what I'm saying, just grab a chef's toothpick. Yeah, these are really delicious. Well, this is KingCobraJFS, so of course we're gonna try all this.
He's not even getting entertainment or joy out of doing these food hacks anymore. It feels really forced. I'm just fucking cutting up this shit, putting it on a plate, and then he's talking to himself in the background. Well, I'm KingCobraJFS. I gotta set this thing up. I gotta make something delicious. I've also never heard that chef in a toothpick analogy before, the metaphor, whatever you're trying to do. I've never heard it before, Joshy Poo. You might want to enlighten me. Maybe he picked that up at Frosty's or something, but it's just, I mean, the pinwheels, whatever, they're kind of gross. He mixed a bunch of shit into mayonnaise and called it a thing, but like, where's the heart? Where's the passion? There's no soul in this anymore, Josh. There's no game in it. I'm just sitting here being all sad. And I don't want to be sad, Joshy Poo. I want to see you go bananas. You're on your own now. But instead, we're just left to turmoil.
Chicken tenders. Garlic bread with the cheese and the sauce. Some mac and cheese. I did let the food sit for a minute because I was talking with the old lady, but that's beside the point. I did let the food get cold because I was talking with my girlfriend, but I don't care. See, that's how you know it's good food, because even though it's sitting and it's a little bit cold, it still tastes good in my opinion. It shows a 4th of July kiss. No. And it's my own damn fault, because like I said, I let it get cold before getting into it. I was talking to my girly friend, and you know how that goes. When cold, and I know if it would have been hot and fresh, it would have been banging, dude. Cocked and loaded tonight.
Guys, I really don't think he's mad at Jessica for making his food go cold, alright? He hasn't mentioned it at all during this entire video. I think he's perfectly content with her just babbling about her fucking useless life and how excited she is to come and bring that despair and darkness and vitriol into Josh's life when she flies back out here. I'm sure he's really excited for that. And I'm also sure that she probably really liked him calling her his old lady. That definitely, you know, she'll put on a smile, you know, her fucking wicked witch face, but she's not gonna enjoy it, right? Joshy Poo thinks I'm old. He'd rather jerk off to those young hotties online. I hate Josh. I'm gonna go bananas. And now that Josh doesn't stream, we don't have evidence anymore. She's gonna come in and just massacre him. And we won't hear from him in a while. We'll be like, what the fuck's going on with Josh? And then you read the obituary and there he is. And luckily he's still got his copious amounts of alcohol that he's going to just keep on consuming tubes. And trust me, you're going to enjoy this next drink review.
There's a button on the bottom. KingCobraJFS finds the coolest beverages. I'd love to start my own cigarette company.
Nothing like drinking an entire bottle of wine in 20 minutes, YouTubes. It was only 6% alcohol, guys. You can't be mad at him. He's cutting down. One bottle every video every day. That's cutting down, tubes. That plus whatever the 24 pack of Peach Bush Light that he's drinking, he's cutting down, tubes. He's cutting down. And of course, I mean, in fairness, I kind of want to like try and slam doink and be like, oh, girly bottle, but I kind of like whatever. I forget, they put that like mixture in that makes it all flowy and looks kind of like a potion. I kind of like that shit. The flashing light, I'm not down the clown with that, but the potion effect, I think that's kind of cool. And it honestly probably tastes good. Sour apple, I'm a big fan of sour apple. I'm not getting against that. And hell, maybe I'll even, you know, venture capitalist myself, jump in there and say, Joshy Poo, let's fundraise for your tobacco company, because I'm sure that would go very well. I'm sure you wouldn't spurg out and have a complete fucking meltdown over the quickest inconvenience that arises. Basically, this is catching you up in the past like month and a half. Last time I covered him, he was doing some mashed potato food hack thing, nacho thing, wherever the fuck that was, and it's only gonna get worse, tubes. And I didn't think I'd ever say it, but I guess Jessica has to come and save the day, and that's just the most wretched thought I could ever conjure up in my mind. Either way, tubes, I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.